Joe Lonsdale for his second half playbook, 8VC founding partner and Palantir co-founder. Joe, good morning. It's great to see you again. I want to start with the tech mega caps, the trillion-dollar club. They have really regained their leadership over the last month or so, despite more regulatory scrutiny, competition with each other. What do you think they're going to do in the second half?
You know, these companies are making a lot of money. We're printing a lot of money right now, and they're a big part of our economy. And there's a lot of people complaining about them, but it doesn't look like we're going to do anything to hurt their business.
What about the regulatory landscape? I know you have strong thoughts on at least a few of them, Apple and Google and their app stores.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is a two-sided thing, right? On one hand, you want to have strong American companies. You don't want the Chinese ones to be the global leaders. On the other hand, it's really dangerous for our democracy and for our innovation economy if you have these arbitrary platforms to control such a big part of our economy. I'm hoping that the regulation just forces them to be really clear about what the rules are and doesn't let them change the rules on speech or on the companies we build onto these app stores. You have these monopolies that are very powerful monopolies that you should stop them from abusing that power. But if it's done correctly, there's no reason it has to hurt their business.
Joe,
So is it
almost every time it seems when we've got these booms and there's hype around some trend, there are areas of enterprise tech that are still getting overlooked. And I wonder, both in public companies and in private companies that we might expect to come public soon, what are some of the more intriguing trends? I mean, I'm talking to a lot of DevOps companies that are solving problems that don't seem to be getting a lot of focus. But what are you focused on?
100%. You're speaking my language. You know, I think Blend's going public soon. A bunch of my guys from Palantir, Nima, of course, is founding CEO, and then the other founders built that, which is a leading company in the tech space for mortgages for banks. There's a lot of these vertical SaaS companies right now that are all going to be coming out and going public in the next couple of years. That's been the big trend in Silicon Valley the last 10 years. You've seen these great SaaS companies with high growth, high margins, really well-run businesses, and the market continues to, it's valuing SaaS pretty well right now, but there's still a lot of them that if these things grow as they look like they will for the next 5 or 10 years, they're going to be really good investments.
Hey, Joe, we love getting your take on what's happening with crypto, and it does seem like the last few weeks have been the market responding to headlines about reg risk in China, and then the UK. Today it's India. How impressed have you been with at least Bitcoin's ability to weather those headlines, and how important is it that we stay above a certain level, like 30K?
Oh, I don't know if there's certain levels matter so much. I mean, listen, there was a huge rotation into value in the stock market that happened 3 or 4 months ago, and that's been the big trend of this year. That rotation pulled back a little bit. I think the number one story, Bitcoin has become a form of value in gold. Obviously, regulations hitting it somewhat, but I think the bigger thing, you saw the gold stocks pull back as well when Bitcoin pulled back. It's now you have to think of it as a financial asset. It's part of the global financial economy. You have to follow the factors that drive the global economy, and I think that the biggest factor was the pullback in the rotation into value. It pulled back a little bit. I still think with the plans, I was just talking to a Democratic senator actually right before I got on with you guys. They're still planning on spending a lot of money, and there's still going to be probably some inflationary concerns. And I think Bitcoin and gold are still very interesting to me over the next year.
I see a lot of investment, Joe, going into a lot of different places. Our Scott Cohn is in North Carolina right now, where Apple's laying down some more roots as far as facilities. And we're just seeing a lot of building happening in general. What are you leaning into coming out of this pandemic period that you think might accelerate more quickly than you might have expected a year ago?
Well, yeah, exactly. There's a lot to build here. I have a call later today with friends on how do we build more semiconductors here, because we're very worried about what happens if China does something on Taiwan in the next few years, and that the monopoly that you have in Taiwan right now there is very concerning given the shortages. A lot of building on the e-commerce side. E-commerce is a trend that's not going away. E-commerce fulfillment, there are more warehouses, more solutions for fulfillment. Companies like Deliver and others that are growing really fast, trying to help merchants. Amazon is 40%. The non-Amazon is 60%. The non-Amazon has to be as good as Amazon to compete. There's a lot of companies and a lot of kind of building going into helping those guys on that part of e-commerce continue to grow as quickly as they have been.